Hey everybody, let's in this video try to understand how class work. My example for this video, I want to do simple program about car company. This car company have type of the car and the model of the car and a number of the miles that every car may drive and also the real price of the car. And there is a method in this class that when we call it bring to us the price or the price for this car. So to get started, I will click right here and create a class, and I will name it here. Give it a name as a car. Okay. This car class have a number of properties. When we talk about class, imagine a class as an object. So any object in the life have to think properties and method. Properties is something we use to describe the object, and the method, it is some operation we use it to get some data or to excuse something about the properties. So what we have in this class, we have type of the car. So let me suppose the type should be string. So it's types, I would say type, string type, and I make sure write it under after the open bracket. What other information I will have about the car? Model. The model should be integer because 2015, 2013, whatever. Then other information I have is the price of the car. So let me suppose the price will be double for price. And other information I have it mileage, a number of the mileage, or I would say double miles drive, like how many miles this car drive. So this is the properties for this class or for the car. So what the method I have? The method I will have in this class is for bringing the price of the car. So let me suppose the price will be double the returned data. The name of the method is get price to give us the price of the car. Then I open bracket, close it. Then here we go, down. So how you imagine the price could be calculated? Let me suppose I will define double in this way. Make sure I've written everything in small letter. Double a new price. I would suppose the new price will be the real price minus how many miles this car drive. So I say miles in this way, miles drive, like how many miles this car drive, multiplied by, for example, 100. The idea here is work. That means if the car drive 10 mile, I will take for every mile 100. Just specific fraction we used in this company. So if the car price is 10,000 and the drive and it's used for 10 mile, for example, the new price will be 9,000 because we take for every mile we take 100, and this method will return the new price. Okay, so very basic example, very basic class, have number of properties and number of methods. So if you see, you could define more methods. Just define them. You are very free to define your method, and this is the way you define the price. So how I could work with this class? If you see, to get class, so let me say open new class and name it car main. That's mean main method that I call the car from. Let me suppose this is the main method that I should call the car. So first of all, I need to get instance from the car. So I would say car new instance, because car is object, so you treat it like anyway, like the way you treat the integer, or you treat the string, or you treat the double, all these as objects. So same thing, the car now is object, so you could create instance. So you say car, you define like car 1, for example, equal, you just define instance from type class of the car, equal a new instance of the car. Okay, this is the way how you define instance from the class. So now I have the car, or I have instance from the car class. If you see, this is the car. So now you could imagine all this information are being in this variable. So this is a new instance from the car. So let me give some information for the car. Let me say car1 dot you could access to the information. For example, I would say the type of the car BMW. Okay, I would say car one dot the model, I would say 2016, and I would say car one dot price, let me suppose it to be 10,000, and I would say the miles dot miles drive, let me suppose it moved for 5 miles, and this all the information I provide about this car. Now I want to get the price for this car, so I would say sys.o, I just print the price. So I have this car instance from the car, just I say car one dot get price. If you see, this is the method for getting the car price. Just click on it. Here you go. Now first, I get simple instance from the car. I give it the properties information. Then I say, hey, bring me the price. If you say, if I get add message here, car price in this way, so to be really nice. Now this instance. So if you see how I could access to any properties, in the class, you just say name of the instance dot name of properties, name of the instance dot name of properties, name of the instance dot properties. So you want to access to price, you say car dot price. When you want to access to method, if you see, I have the method get price. In same way, you say name of instance dot name of the method that you want to access to. Just let me save it and click run. You have to see, if you see how much the price, it is 9,500. Why it's not 10,500? Because the car price is 10,000 and it moved for 5 miles, so the new price will be 9,500. Let me show you how this one works. If I just add breakpoint and try to debug it to allow you to understand how this one works. Here we go. If you see now, I'm just having simple app, doesn't have anything. First step, I just create instance from the car. When I just go next, you will see I have instance of the car, and this instance from the car have all the information about the car in addition to the method. Method will not appear here because this is just variable. It will display only the variables. If you see now, if I just go next step, I will have the type, BMW, just move, the model, next, the price, next, the mile, move it. Now just, if you see, this is method when you call it, he will display for us the price for the car. See, how is it? Really easy. If you want to see it in more details, like you see how the car prices come, let me say here, I just open a bracket, I say double price equal, just to make it nicer for you and you understand how the work is done. Let me say I just want to print it in this way and make sure this double right in the right way. Okay, hopefully now it's good. So save it, rerun it again. Let me see. First, I just create an instance. Just go next. BMW. Just give all the information. See now, when I access to this step, I want to see what's going in the method. So I don't want to do step over. I want to do step into to see the method. If you see, he go to the method. But now inside the method, if you see when he talk about this, he have all the information: price, model, mile, drive miles, type. And now all the information I have it, all the data that I have it. Now when he call price minus this, so he have the price and he have the miles also. So now when he go next, he will understand how he get the data. See, here is it. Now the new price, if you see it, is 9,500. Why I have all this data? From where this data come? Because I already create an instance from that class. So this is my data, my new instance data. If you see this, I'm talking about the new object that I created that I have ID 18. If I go to next, if you see, here you go. Now the price have the new price. So just I want to show you this is very simple way to create an instance from the class and how the data or the variables and method call inside the object. One thing you have to know it. This car is a new instance from the car. So if I define another instance here, I say, okay, I have second car, car2, equal a new instance, and you try to print a price, you will not get access to any information. You will get null for the second one. So let me say car1 here, and this one car2. Let me price I would say this one also getting a price for the car, or I could say, yes, I could say this one double price. I don't want to define it because I already defined it, car 2. So just I defined instance from the car and I want to get a price for car 2. You think you already initialized this data, so now car 2 could access to it. But if you run it, you will run to it problem. You will get 0. It's not 2000. It's not 9500. The problem why this one happened. If you just try to do this one step over, and you see now I don't have anything. If I just go next, I just create instance, name it car1. It have ID 18. If I go just next, just remember car1 and 18. If I just go next, this car2, if you see it, car2 have ID 24. So this instance is totally different from the first instance. Car1 is totally different. If you see, car1 is a new instance from the class, doesn't have any information because it have different ID. This 24 and this one 18. So one thing you have to know it when you work up with a class, every object from the class is the copy from real class. So it does not have access to any data from other instance. So to initialize the data for this one, you have to do same thing here. You have to do same thing here, but with car2. Let me say what's car2 still, BMW. Let me say the model for car2 is 2015. Let me say the price for car2 will be like 9,000. And let me say the mile moved is 15 for car2. And now when I save it and print it, I see the result for car1 and car2. Why this one happened? Because now you have two instances. If you see, just step into just car1, it doesn't have any information because a new instance from the class, just move it, you give it all the information. Now when you go next, you have another instance, name it car2. If you see, different ID. And here we go. When you print it, you get the data. So just remember, any instance from your class will be totally different from other instance. So don't do like access to other properties like initialized by other instance you want to access to it. You cannot do it because this one is totally different from this one. And you could create an instance as much as you want from the class. Here we done, and see you next.